My beloved child, stop right here. Do not scroll away from this message tonight. I know your body is tired and your spirit feels weak, but I guided your hand to this exact moment for a sacred reason. Give me just one quiet minute before you close your eyes, and I promise you will not regret staying. Heaven aligned time itself so you could hear my voice speaking directly into your exhaustion. You did not find this video by accident, because I have been watching your quiet struggles all day long. Look at me right now and breathe deeply. Let your shoulders drop and let the heavy AIR leave your chest. You have been running on empty for far too long, pretending that you are strong enough to carry every burden alone. I saw how hard you worked today, and I saw how much effort it took just to keep a smile on your face when everything inside you wanted to break. You do not have to pretend with me, because I know the exact weight of every single thing you carry. Open this letter before you sleep tonight, because I want to give you something the world cannot offer you. I saw your physical body growing tired, and I felt the heavy exhaustion sitting behind your eyes. You have fought so many battles in silence, and you have guarded your heart while trying to be a refuge for everyone else around you. But who takes care of you when the room goes quiet? And who holds your heart when you are the one crumbling under the pressure? I am here to take that weight from you right now. Comment "God is my strength" in this moment, if you feel my presence stepping into your room to quiet your storm. When you type those words, you are not just leaving a message, but you are performing a holy act of agreement between your weary spirit and my endless grace. Do not let distraction pull you away from this sacred encounter, because what I am releasing over your life tonight will renew your strength before the morning comes. I know you are wondering why every step forward has felt so heavy lately. You have asked yourself why your body feels drained, even after you have rested, and why your mind refuses to stay quiet when you lie down in the dark. The noise you experience is not random, because the enemy has been trying to flood your atmosphere with static to drown out my voice. But I am stepping between you and that noise tonight, and I am about to clear the air so your soul can finally find true rest. You are my silent survivor, and I have seen every moment of your journey. I saw you in the quiet places, when you thought nobody was watching your pain. I saw when you sat on the edge of your bed, holding your head in your hands, wondering how you were going to handle tomorrow. You felt completely alone in that darkness, but I was standing right beside you, holding you up when your own knees were shaking. Not a single tear you shed went unnoticed in my presence. You have tried to fix everything with your own strength, but your strength was never meant to carry infinite weight. I created you to be a vessel of my glory, not a warehouse for the worries of the world. When you try to control every outcome, your mind works over hours, and your body pays the price with deep physical fatigue. I want you to surrender that need for control tonight, because I am already working out the details that kept you awake yesterday. Listen closely to my whisper right now. I am about to reveal a sacred truth about the delays and obstacles you have been facing in this season. You thought those closed doors were punishments, and you believed that you were falling behind everyone else around you. But I am telling you tonight that every pause was my divine protection shielding you from unseen traps. Stay with me until the end of this letter, because the understanding I am giving you will change how you view your entire past. I see how your heart longs for genuine peace. You are tired of fighting battles that leave you feeling hollow, and you are tired of pouring your love into hands that do not know how to hold it. You have given so much of your energy to others, and yet you often return to an empty house with an empty spirit. But I am your refill tonight, and I am pouring my fresh oil over your tired head as you prepare to sleep. Do not rush past this moment, my child. The world tells you to keep striving and keep hustling, but I am calling you to come away and rest. You do not have to earn my love through your endless performance, because you were already precious to me long before you ever accomplished anything on earth. Let your mind stop racing through the list of things you did not finish today. I hold time in my hands, and what I have planned for you cannot be stolen by a busy schedule. I saw how your body carried the stress of this week. I felt the tension locked in your shoulders, and I saw the heavy sigh you released when you thought no one was listening. You have carried the financial pressure, the family burdens, and the quiet fears about your future all by yourself. But those heavy sacks were never designed for your shoulders to hold. So I am asking you to lay them down at my feet before you close your eyes tonight. There is a shift happening in the unseen realm right now. While you are resting tonight, I am moving mountains that you could not budge with years of striving. I am opening doors that look permanently locked, and I am removing obstacles that have blocked your path for generations. You do not need to figure out how it will happen, because your only job tonight is to trust my power and receive my peace. You have been fighting like a weary warrior, but tonight I am calling you back to being my beloved child. A child does not stay awake at night worrying about how the house will be provided for, because a child trusts that the parent has everything under control. I am your heavenly Father, and I have never failed to care for those who belong to me. Rest your mind in that truth, and let the tension leave your muscles as you sink into my presence. I know there are thoughts telling you that things will never change. The enemy whispers that you will always be tired, that you will always struggle, and that your best days are already behind you. But those thoughts are complete lies designed to keep you trapped in exhaustion. I am declaring over your life tonight that your current fatigue is temporary, but the renewal I am placing inside your spirit will endure forever. Pay attention to what you feel in your chest right now. That subtle warmth and that quiet sense of relief washing over you is my Holy Spirit touching your heart. I am settling your anxious thoughts, and I am smoothing out the rough places in your mind so you can sleep without fear. You will not toss and turn tonight, because I am surrounding your bed with my protective angels to guard your sanctuary of rest. I have prepared a fresh portion of strength for you to wake up to tomorrow morning. When your eyes open to the new day, you will feel a lightness in your chest that you have not felt in years. The fog in your mind will begin to clear, and your physical body will feel renewed by the power of my presence. But before that morning comes, you must let go of every remaining worry that is trying to linger in your thoughts tonight. Remember who you are in my eyes. You are not defined by your past mistakes, nor are you defined by the opinions of people who failed to see your true value. You are my chosen masterpiece, formed with care and sealed with my holy promise. When the world called you weak, I called you strong, and when the world wrote you off, I placed my name on your forehead. Stay with me as I continue to speak over your life tonight. I am about to break down the hidden reasons why your energy has been drained, and I am going to show you how to guard your peace so that no one can steal it again. You are standing on the threshold of a great spiritual breakthrough, and this letter is your personal invitation to step into a season of ease, restoration, and unshakable joy. Breathe in my peace and release your worry. I am holding your tomorrow safely in my hands, so you can close your eyes tonight knowing that everything is being taken care of. You are loved beyond measure, you are guarded beyond doubt, and tonight your strength is being fully renewed. I know what happens when the house goes quiet. The world falls asleep around you, but your mind remains wide awake. You lie in the dark, and your thoughts immediately begin to race with every unanswered question. You replayed every conversation from today, searching desperately for mistakes you think you made. The room is completely silent, but inside your chest, the noise feels overwhelming. I saw you holding your breath tonight, trying so hard to keep the tears from falling on your pillow. You felt completely alone in that dark room, wondering if anyone truly understands your heart. But I was sitting right beside your bed, watching over your tired spirit with infinite tenderness. I saw when you pressed your face into the mattress so no one would hear your quiet cries. You have put on a brave mask for everyone else, pretending that nothing ever hurts you. You act like a strong pillar for your family, but inside your soul, you feel completely drained. My child, why do you hide your wounds from the one who formed you? I saw the heavy fatigue that settled deep into your bones before you even lay down tonight. You have carried the weight of financial stress, family conflicts, and secret disappointments all by yourself. You tried to solve every problem with your own limited mind, and now your mental cup has run dry. You are so exhausted that even thinking about tomorrow makes your chest feel tight and heavy. Look at me in this quiet moment, and let your physical body relax into my care. You do not have to fight any battles tonight, because the war in your mind ends right here. I know there is a whisper inside your head, asking if things will ever get better for you. The enemy wants you to believe that your pain is permanent, and that your prayers have vanished into thin air. But those doubts are complete lies designed to keep your spirit trapped in constant weariness. Before we go any deeper tonight, I need to speak directly to the doubt sitting in your heart. You are thinking right now that you have prayed for relief so many times without receiving an answer. You remember the nights you begged me for a miracle, and yet the next morning brought the same heavy struggle. You wonder if I was really listening to your voice, or if I simply walked away from your pain. My child, my silence was never my absence. There were doors I kept closed because walking through them would have broken your spirit completely. There were answers I withheld because a yes in that season would have cost you your ultimate peace. I was not ignoring your cries, but I was shielding you from a trap that you could not see. Every single prayer you prayed was gathered in my hands, and not one word was wasted. I was working in the unseen realm, preparing a breakthrough that is worthy of your journey. I lay down my weariness in this moment as a quiet step of agreement with my comfort. When you write those words, you are releasing the heavy baggage you were never meant to carry alone. You are declaring to the unseen realm that you choose my peace over your constant striving. Feel the tight knot in your stomach begin to loosen as you hand your troubles over to me. I am taking the reins of your life tonight, so you can finally rest. Let me show you the hidden root of the exhaustion that has been draining your spirit lately. I have watched you accomplish good things during the day, yet feel empty the moment you stop working. You finish one task, and your mind immediately jumps to the 10 other things you have not done. You have called this habit perfectionism, and you have blamed yourself for never feeling satisfied. But I am telling you tonight that you are wrong about yourself. Here is the truth about what is happening deep within your spirit right now. Long ago, somewhere in your story, you learned the painful lie that love had to be earned through endless effort. You came to believe that you were only safe when you were being useful to everyone around you. I call this condition the earning wound. It is not a flaw in your character, but a deep scar from a moment when your heart felt unprotected and alone. So all those times you felt guilty for resting, you were not being lazy at all. You were simply trying to guard that old wound, believing that stopping meant losing your value. But I am stripping that lie away from your soul tonight, my beloved child. You were precious to me long before you ever performed a single task on this earth. Place your hand over your heart right now and hear me whisper that my love is completely free. My child, I need you to hear this very clearly before you drift off into sleep tonight. The silence you experienced in past seasons was never a sign of my abandonment. The enemy has been filling the space between us with static, making my arrangements invisible to you even when they were on your path. I have not forgotten you, because I have guided someone to bring you an instrument of divine restoration. I will show you where to find it before this letter ends. First, you must understand what was done to block your peace and how it can be undone. The heavy static in your mind was designed to make you feel distant from my voice, but I have aligned a quiet tool to clear the noise so that my blessings can reach you without hindrance. Do not let distraction pull you away from this message tonight, because the restoration I prepared for your life is finally within your reach. Breathe deeply, my tired warrior, and let your body sink into the softness of your bed. The air in your room is changing right now as my presence surrounds your sleeping space. The heavy atmosphere of worry is lifting, and my quiet calm is filling every corner of your mind. You do not have to figure out how tomorrow will work out, because I am already walking in your future. Every detail that concerned you is being arranged by my hands. Look at how far you have come, even when the road felt rocky and steep. You thought you were breaking during those hard seasons, but you were actually being shaped into a stronger vessel. The enemy targeted your peace because he knows the immense light that lies hidden inside your soul. He tried to exhaust your physical body so you would give up before your harvest arrived. But I have sustained you through the dark, and I am bringing you into a new morning. You are my cycle breaker, and the heavy patterns of your past end with you tonight. The generational cycles of anxiety, lack, and silent suffering will not claim your future or your children. I am placing a holy line in the sand right now, declaring that the enemy has no authority in your home. Every chain of fear that bound your mind is snapping under the weight of my love. You are stepping out of survival mode and entering into my divine order. I see how your heart longs to trust me completely, without any lingering doubts. You want to let go of the steering wheel, but your hands keep tightening out of habit. It is terrifying to surrender control when you have been hurt so many times in the past. But I am not like the people who disappointed you, and my promises never fail. You can safely drop your guard with me tonight, knowing that I will never let you fall. Let your eyelids grow heavy as my words wash over your weary thoughts. You have fought a good fight today, and now it is time to lay down your armor. A warrior cannot battle without rest, and I am calling you to enter my sanctuary of peace. The battles of tomorrow belong to me, and you will not have to lift a finger to win them. I am going ahead of you to level the mountains and smooth out every rough path. Remember that you are my beloved child, and nothing can separate you from my care. No mistake you made today can diminish my love for you, and no flaw can push me away. I look at you with pure joy, seeing the beauty of your heart, even when you feel broken. Sleep now in the comfort of my arms, because I am holding your life in perfect security. I am clearing the static from your mind so that you can hear my gentle voice clearly again. In the quiet hours of this night, my peace will guard your heart like a strong fortress. Stay with me as we move deeper into this message, because I am about to show you how I am turning your longest night into your greatest victory. Take a deep breath right now, and let your spirit soak in these words of life. You are not abandoned, you are not forgotten, and your strength is being renewed with every passing second. Rest in my love, my child, because your restoration has already begun. You have carried the burden of everyone else for years, but tonight I carry you. Every tear you cried in secret was counted by my angels, and every quiet prayer was recorded in heaven. I am turning your sorrow into joy, and I am replacing your physical tiredness with an abiding strength that will carry you into your destiny. Hold fast to the truth I have spoken over your spirit during these quiet moments. The darkness outside your window cannot touch the light I have placed inside your heart. Listen closely as I prepare your spirit for the next revelation, because heaven is aligning everything in your favor tonight. I am standing right beside you in this silent room. Feel my divine presence filling the space around your bed, bringing a quiet calm that stills your racing mind. You have carried the weight of the world on your shoulders all day long, but now you can finally drop your heavy burden. Breathe in my heavenly peace, and let every muscle in your tired body relax. I am here with you, and my love is wrapping around your heart like a warm blanket. You feel like you have gone as far as you can go on your own strength. You have fought hard battles. You have stood firm in faith, and yet you feel completely empty inside tonight. You are ashamed of your weariness, wondering why your spirit feels so heavy when you love me so deeply. But I want you to know that your exhaustion is not a sign of weak faith or spiritual failure. Let me tell you about a faithful servant from my holy word who stood where you are standing right now. There was a great prophet named Elijah who had just won a massive spiritual battle on the mountaintop. He had called down fire from heaven, and he had seen my power move in a miraculous way. Yet right after that incredible victory, he ran into the desert, sat down under a broom tree, and prayed to D because he was so exhausted. He was not weak, my child, because he was simply completely drained after giving everything he had. He sat in the wilderness, alone and empty, believing that he had failed and that his journey was over. But notice how I responded to his desperate cry in that lonely place. I did not rebuke him for his tiredness, nor did I accuse him of lacking faith when he collapsed under the tree. I sent a gentle angel to prepare warm bread and fresh water for him while he rested in the shade. I allowed him to sleep deeply, because I knew his physical vessel had reached its absolute limit, and when he woke up, my angel touched him softly and said, "Arise and eat, because the journey is too great for you without my strength." I fed him, I rested him, and then I renewed his spirit for the next chapter. I am doing the exact same thing for you in this very hour. You have been running through your own wilderness, trying to carry burdens that were far too heavy for your human arms. You called down fire today by keeping your family together, by working through your pain, and by smiling through your tears. But now, you have hit your broom tree moment, and I am telling you that it is okay to rest. Comment "Restore my soul" in this moment, as you step deeply into my divine presence. When you write these words, you are giving yourself permission to stop fighting and start receiving my heavenly care. You are acknowledging that you need my strength to continue, and you are accepting my invitation to rest in my arms. Let the noise of your worries fade away as you anchor your spirit in my promise. I know you have felt guilty for needing a break from your constant striving. You thought that taking time to rest meant you were quitting on your dreams or abandoning the people who count on you. But I am exposing that lie right now, because rest is not a sign of surrender to the enemy. Rest is a holy act of obedience that honors the physical temple I built for your soul. Here is the truth about the weariness you have been carrying deep inside your spirit. When you try to sustain your life through your own willpower, you drain the spiritual reservoir I placed within you. You run on empty, and every small problem begins to look like an insurmountable mountain. I call this condition the exhausted champion, because you are fighting battles that I already won for you on the cross. So all those days you felt like giving up, you were not failing me at all. You were simply trying to operate outside of my divine rhythm, relying on human effort instead of my endless grace. I allowed you to reach the end of your strength so you would finally let go of the steering wheel. You do not have to be the champion tonight, because I am your defender, and I hold the universe in my hands. Look at how I cared for Elijah when he thought his story was completely over. I did not leave him under that tree in the wilderness, and I did not let his fatigue define his ultimate destiny. After he rested and ate my heavenly food, he walked in the strength of that provision for 40 days and 40 nights. He reached the mountain of God, and he heard my quiet voice speaking to him in a gentle whisper. Your journey is not ending under your broom tree tonight, my beloved child. This quiet night is your sacred stopping point where I am feeding your soul with the bread of my presence. As you lie here in the dark, my holy angels are ministering to your body, clearing the built-up tension from your muscles. I am filling your heart with a peace that passes all human understanding, so you can wake up transformed. Listen to the gentle sound of my voice, whispering over your sleeping space. I am the quiet wind that stills the storm inside your mind, and I am the soft rain that waters your dry soil. You do not have to figure out how you will face the challenges of next week or next year. I am already standing in your future, preparing the way and making every crooked path completely straight for your feet. Do you feel the sudden shift happening inside your atmosphere right now? The heavy cloud of anxiety that hung over your head is beginning to dissolve in my light. The quiet ache in your chest is turning into a warm sense of relief, because you realize that you are truly safe with me. Nothing in heaven or on earth can ever pluck you out of my hand, and no weapon formed against your peace shall prosper. You have lived in survival mode for so long that peace feels unfamiliar to your spirit. You keep waiting for the next crisis to hit, because you have been conditioned to expect pain around every corner. But I am reprogramming your thoughts tonight, replacing your constant hypervigilance with an unshakable trust in my goodness. You can let your guard down completely, because my angels are standing watch around your home. I saw the sacrifices you made for others that nobody else ever noticed or acknowledged. I saw when you gave away your last bit of energy to help a friend, and then sat alone with your own emptiness. Every act of silent love you performed was recorded in my book, and I am paying you back with interest tonight. I am restoring everything the enemy stole from you during your seasons of quiet suffering. Receive my fresh grace as you lay your head down on your pillow tonight. I am washing away the memories of past failures that tried to haunt your thoughts during the midnight hours. You are completely forgiven, you are deeply loved, and you are held in my eternal embrace. Let go of every remaining worry, because I am taking full control of your life right now. I am aligning things in the background that your human eyes cannot see yet. Miracles are being put into motion, closed doors are being prepared to open, and divine connections are being arranged for your next season. You do not have to strive for these blessings, because they will flow naturally into your life as you walk in simple obedience to my voice. Stay present in this peaceful moment, and let my love quiet your heart. The work of this day is finished, and the worries of tomorrow can wait until the sun rises. You are safe in my presence. You are covered by my wings, and your strength is being renewed beyond measure. Breathe out your last remaining fear, and let my calm overwhelm your soul. I am your refuge, I am your strength, and I am your ever-present help in times of trouble. Sleep deeply, my beloved child, because your Father is watching over you through the night. As you drift deeper into sleep, remember that my promises over your life are absolute and unchanging. I am the God who sees you, I am the God who hears you, and I am the God who restores your soul. Sleep in perfect peace tonight, knowing that tomorrow brings a new outpouring of my grace. I am wrapping you in my holy light as the midnight hour approaches. No shadow of fear can cross the threshold of your room, because my glory is standing guard over your sleep. Rest now, my child, and let my quiet presence carry you into a peaceful slumber. You are held, you are loved, and your strength is fully restored. Open your spirit to hear what I am about to declare over your life in this hour. You have viewed your recent struggles through the lens of human defeat, believing that the exhaustion in your body was proof that you were failing. But I am shifting your perspective right now, because what you called a painful delay was actually my sacred reframe. I was not punishing you, my child, but I was pruning away the branches that were draining your spiritual vitality. Look at how I designed the human mind when I created you at the very beginning. I placed a sacred frequency at the center of your brain, a divine wave of receptivity that ran freely when you were a little child. Back then, you did not lie awake worrying about tomorrow, nor did you carry the heavy weight of self-doubt in your chest. Your mind hummed at the exact frequency of pure trust, joy, and effortless connection with my spirit. When I said in my word that you must become like little children to enter my kingdom, I was not speaking only of your spiritual attitude. I was speaking of the very physical signal I wired into your brain from the moment of your creation. Scientists who spend their lives studying the human mind have confirmed this sacred signal, and they call it the gamma wave. It is the frequency of deep peace, sudden clarity, and childlike wonder that allows my blessings to flow without resistance. Then the noise of the enemy stepped into your atmosphere. As you grew older, the relentless pressure of survival, the weight of disappointments, and the constant static of a chaotic world began to drown out that sacred wave. The enemy could not destroy the light I placed inside your soul, so he used mental noise to bury the receiver. Your brain lost its natural rhythm, and your spirit became locked in a state of continuous hypervigilance and deep physical exhaustion. You tried to pray louder, you tried to work harder, and you tried to force your mind into peace through sheer willpower. But you cannot clear spiritual static with human striving, just as you cannot quiet a storm by screaming at the wind. You ended up feeling more drained, believing that your mind was permanently broken or that my voice had grown silent. But I am telling you tonight that your receiver is not broken because it was simply covered under layers of worldly noise. Because I saw your weariness, I guided wise minds to work with sound the exact way I designed it from the beginning. I allowed researchers to discover a sound provision that works with the natural laws of your brain, a gentle instrument that clears the static and restores the sacred gamma wave. You do not have to work for it, nor do you have to strain your tired thoughts to receive its benefits. You simply surrender for 7 quiet minutes with your eyes closed, and allow my design to restore what was taken from you. It is a simple surrender of minutes that returns your mind to the state of a child, making your spirit receptive to my answers once again. I am going to show you exactly where to find what they built before this message ends, so stay with me and let my presence fill your heart. Comment, I receive new strength in this moment as a powerful declaration of your spiritual shift. When you type those words, you are aligning your mind with the divine frequency of my restoration. You are declaring that you will no longer live in the fog of exhaustion, but that you are stepping into the clarity I prepared for you. Feel the subtle burden lifting from your mind as you agree with my truth. Let me take you into a vision of your life 6 months from now. Picture a quiet morning where you wake up before your alarm, and for the first time in years, there is no knot of anxiety waiting in your stomach. You lie in your bed for a moment, and you notice a deep, quiet calm sitting behind your eyes. Your first thought is not fear or exhaustion, but a soft sense of gratitude as you ask what good thing I have made for you today. You walk through your day with a clear mind and a steady heart, making decisions without the heavy cloud of second-guessing yourself. When a problem arises, your spirit instantly recognizes my solutions instead of panicking in fear. The people around you notice a new light in your eyes, a peaceful strength that radiates outward and blesses your entire home. You are no longer surviving day to day, because you are living in the continuous flow of my divine favor. That version of you is not a distant fantasy, my beloved child, because that version already exists in my plan for your life. She is standing right on the other side of your willingness to lay down your human striving tonight. The gap between where you sit right now and that peaceful future is not time or endless work, but simple surrender. It is the moment you stop trying to fix everything yourself and let me restore the signal I placed inside you. Here is the truth about the delay you have been living through in this hard season. I call this mechanism the protective delay because I held you back from rooms that would have broken your heart before you were ready. You wept over doors that closed in your face, thinking that you were being rejected by the world. But I was standing at those doors, holding the handles shut because I saw traps that your human eyes could not perceive. So those years you thought were wasted were not wasted at all in my kingdom. Those nights you could not sleep were not punishments, but they were your spirit refusing to settle for a life smaller than the one I designed for you. You were never falling behind your peers, because you were being carefully formed in the secret place. The shaping process is complete, and the door to your true purpose is standing open before you. Do not let the enemy convince you that you are too old, too tired, or too broken to experience this total renewal. My power is perfected in your weakness, and my grace is more than sufficient for your every need. When you are at your lowest point of human strength, my divine energy finds its greatest expression in your vessel. I am turning your deepest fatigue into the very birthplace of your greatest testimony. Listen to the quiet rhythm of my voice as I speak peace into every cell of your physical body. The tension in your jaw is relaxing, the heavy tightness in your shoulders is dissolving, and your breathing is becoming slow and deep. I am washing away the toxic stress that accumulated in your nervous system over years of constant fighting. You are being restored from the inside out, made whole and complete in my love. I am placing a fresh mantle of wisdom upon your mind tonight as you prepare to sleep. You will no longer be misled by false promises or drained by people who only want to use your gentle heart. I am giving you a sharp spiritual discernment that recognizes truth instantly and turns away from toxic noise. Your mind will be a safe sanctuary of my peace, guarded by the truth of my word. The night is passing, and the darkness is making way for the light of a brand new day. While you lie here resting, I am going ahead of you to prepare the path for your tomorrow. The obstacles that seemed impossible yesterday will look small and powerless in the light of my presence. Trust in my guidance and step forward with confidence, knowing that I am holding your hand. Rest your thoughts completely in the certainty of my love and the power of my promises. You are my chosen child, precious in my sight, and sealed for a destiny of great impact and peace. Sleep now in absolute safety, because your Heavenly Father is working all things together for your ultimate good. May my peace wrap around your heart like a warm garment as you sink deeper into rest. The work of restoration is taking place in your mind even while your body sleeps soundly. You are loved beyond measure, you are protected without limit, and your strength is being renewed for the journey ahead. Close your eyes with a light heart, knowing that everything concerning your future is fully taken care of. I am your refuge, your fortress, and your eternal source of strength and peace. Good night, my beloved child, and awake to the freshness of my morning grace. Hear me, my child, because this is the moment of your total breakthrough. The heavy mountain of physical and mental exhaustion that stood before you for years is crumbling right now at my divine command. The invisible chains of silent suffering that held your spirit in bondage are snapping into pieces, and the dark clouds over your head are vanishing into the light of my glory. I am declaring over your life tonight that your long winter of weariness is officially finished. You are no longer the one who must survive alone in the dark, shrinking yourself to fit into places that drain your soul. I am raising you up in this very hour to be a cycle breaker, a beacon of my peace, and an unshakable vessel of my power. You will not just barely get by, because you will overcome every obstacle, and through your restored life, others will find their way home. Stand up in your spirit right now, and claim the freedom I have prepared for you. I have gifted humanity the wisdom to unlock what I placed within sound from the very beginning of creation. I do not work only through sudden, unexplainable miracles, because I also work through the hands of those I call into scientific discovery. Wise men and women spent over 30 years in research, not knowing that it was I who quietly directed their curiosity toward the hidden design of the human mind. I guided servants of healing science to study the exact frequency of divine receptivity. Universities I directed, like Princeton and Columbia and the Einstein Center in Berlin, confirmed what I placed in your brain. They studied the legendary state of clarity and peace, confirming that the gamma signal radiates outward to bring blessing to entire families. I guided a dedicated neuroscientist with over 34 years of experience, directing his long clinical work toward this exact discovery. Over 18,366 of my children have already received this provision before you arrived at this moment. I want to show you two of my beloved children who received this divine provision on their path. Look at my daughter Rachel, a nurse from California who sought my peace for years through every method she could find. She prayed sincerely and tried everything, yet her mind remained clouded, and her marriage was falling apart under the weight of constant emotional exhaustion. But 2 weeks after receiving this provision, her marriage was transformed, and she said her channel was finally open and clear, and for others I moved differently. Look at my son Michael from Dallas, Texas, who came to this provision desperate for mental focus and his family's financial breakthrough. 2 months later, his business grew enough for him to leave his job, and hard problems that used to steal his sleep began solving themselves while he rested. He said his brain was finally running on what it was always supposed to run on, and peace filled his entire home. They call it the Genius Song. It is the frequency instrument that I guided wise minds to build for your exact restoration. It is not a generic meditation app, nor is it a simple sound effect you can find on public streaming platforms. Those public tracks carry none of the restoration I designed, because they are imitations. This authentic tool is aligned to reactivate the gamma signal I placed in you as a child, clearing the noise of the enemy so your prayers can be answered. It requires no complex prayer practice, no intense discipline, and no physical effort from your tired body. You simply put on your headphones, close your eyes, and enter 7 minutes of complete surrender into my presence. To my child who has already tried everything and feels embarrassed to try once more, hear my voice clearly tonight. What failed you before required your own human effort, but this requires none, because it works by my divine design in your mind. Those in the world pay hundreds of dollars per hour for private sessions that attempt to reach this sacred state. The machinery that earthly experts use costs thousands of dollars, but I do not call you to worldly clinics or heavy equipment. I place this provision within your reach for a small earthly exchange, the size of a mustard seed of investment for the harvest I prepared. It is available for a fraction of what the world would charge for such a gift, and I have aligned 4 additional gifts to bless your home as you step forward in faith. I am including a special provision for your children's focus and confidence, so that my blessing extends to those you carry in your heart. I am adding the original text of True Prosperity, a guided audio visualization from a trusted voice, and an infographic guide for sustaining your restored signal daily. All 4 bonus gifts are aligned to secure your peace in this new season. Where I place truth, the adversary always places imitation. There are false tracks circulating on streaming platforms under similar names, but they carry none of the restoration I designed into this authentic tool. Guard your spirit and protect your vessel by accessing only the official path I have placed below in the pinned comment and in the description. Do not wander into unverified places that will only add more static to your mind. Walk forward without fear, because your step of faith requires no worldly risk. You are completely covered by a steadfast promise, and if the restoration I describe does not come to your spirit, your small earthly exchange will be returned to you in full. I do not lead my children into danger, nor do I ask you to risk what I gave you to receive what I prepared. You can step forward with a light heart, knowing that you are fully protected. Take this step of obedience tonight, my beloved child. Find the provision I have set before you in the pinned comment and in the description below, and receive what I placed on your path. This is your personal invitation from heaven, so do not let fear or hesitation talk you out of your breakthrough. Walk forward in faith, and embrace the restoration I prepared for you before the foundation of the world. Now, my child, set aside the noise of decision for a moment. I have revealed the instrument I placed on your path, and now I want to leave you with something that belongs to you regardless of what you choose. Close your eyes, take a slow breath, and feel my quiet presence surrounding you once again. Whether you step forward now or later, you are still my beloved child, and my love over your life remains steadfast forever. Say these words in your spirit as a sacred declaration of your freedom. I am a vessel fully restored to receive what God prepared for me. I am the one whose channel is clear and whose signal is strong. I carry the sacred frequency my Father placed in me from the beginning, and the noise of the enemy no longer has dominion over my mind. I receive my peace, I receive my strength, and I rest in divine harmony tonight. If this message spoke to your tired spirit tonight, respond to my voice with a simple act of agreement. Comment Amen in the section below to seal these promises over your life before you sleep. Like this video as an act of trust, and share it with 3 tired souls who are secretly crying out for hope in the dark. Subscribe to stay connected to my daily guidance, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss my word. Breathe in my divine rest, and let your spirit drift into a peaceful sleep. I am watching over your bed. My angels are guarding your home, and tomorrow morning you will rise with a renewed strength and a clear mind. You are deeply loved. You are fully protected, and your breakthrough is secure. Good night, my precious child, and rest in my eternal peace.